to our Oscars nominations reaction, I guess. First time we're doing this. I got Cattail with me.
Hello.
He's here because we do all the Oscar stuff together. We're going to play the video. It'll be edited, so if there's parts in it that are not necessary, we'll cut it. And I'm wearing my robe, so that's how you can tell I'm taking this very seriously.
Yeah, I am already expecting to be very disappointed in at least half the categories.
All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause
celebrate the
for each one
of Los
that we care about anyway, and then we'll talk about it then.
And
we're not going to watch it all the way through and then go back. We'll just do it as it's going.
This year's Academy Award nominees.
Are we ready for some nominees?
Let's go.
Yeah, can we just get this over with, please?
Okay, first one.
By an actor in a supporting role. Yura Borisov in Anora.
Oh shoot.
Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain.
Oh, I saw that.
Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Shoot.
Guy Pearce in The Brutalist. And Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice.
Okay. So, which one? How many of these have you heard of?
I've heard of one of these, and that's just because you were talking about an Edward Norton movie.
Okay.
Oh, I guess The Brutalist as well.
Brutalist. I didn't know that Guy Pearce is in The Brutalist. So far, no complaints. I saw the only one of these I have seen is A Real Pain, and he was good. I doubt he'll win though. I should have said this at the beginning. This is not only reaction, but also I guess predictions. I guess we're doing predictions as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think Kieran Culkin will win. I'm kind of leaning Anora. I heard that one was really good. But Brutalist is also good, but I don't know. I haven't heard anyone talk about Guy Pearce, so that might just fly under the radar. But anything else to add here?
No. I think I want to see some other nominations before we start seeing what movies seem to be the favorites.
Yeah. So if there is something that you want to add in, just
yeah, I'll just
jump. Otherwise, I'll just keep it going. But no controversy yet. Let's put it that way.
The nominees for Achievement in Costume Design. A Complete
They're going
Unknown.
quick.
Conclave.
Oh, I watched
Gladiator
that.
2.
I haven't seen that yet, but it's
Nosferatu.
streaming on Paramount now.
And
Oh,
Wicked.
I just realized my camera's blocking part of it. Time out.
Also, no Dune Part 2 nomination for costume.
Yes, probably because it's a sequel, and I think all the costumes of that movie were the exact same. I cannot see Conclave winning this. It's a movie about, the Pope died, so all the cardinals and stuff meet up to decide the next Pope. So they're all pretty much wearing the same robes and stuff. So it was, obviously accurate and well done, but I just, I always see this category as being creative and diverse, So,
yeah.
If one movie has the same costume over and over, it's I don't.
Well, I think that means Wicked isn't going to win either because that's obviously based on the play. No longer costumes might come from there.
Yeah, but if it's a unique take on those versions, if they did something new. So I'm actually kind of leaning Wicked for this one.
I'm leaning Nosferatu, I think.
I heard good things. I haven't seen a whole lot about it, so maybe. Complete Unknown is a biopic, so I don't. Not that it was bad, but I feel like they're gonna lean more, like I said, creative side, which to me sounds like Wicked. So I'll go with Wicked for this one.
Achievement in makeup and hairstyling are A Different Man.
I haven't heard of that one.
Emilia Perez.
Oh, wait, what?
Nosferatu.
Oh.
The Substance.
Mm.
And Wicked.
Yeah, obvious Wicked nomination there.
Let me go back a second there. I think this one is either... I've heard good things about Substance, so it could be that. And same thing with Nosferatu. But also Wicked? I don't know. I think it's between those three.
I think they gave Wicked the nomination here, but I don't think it's going to win.
Yeah, you're
if it does win,
right.
It'll win for costume design and not makeup, I think.
We'll have to see how many other nominees Substance gets, because this might be their The one they throw him.
Yeah.
But I'd say probably between that or Nosferatu. So, I don't know.
Next up, the nominees for Achievement in Music, Original
Oh, so you wanted Wild
no.
Robot for
The
this one, right?
Brutalist.
It's not going to get nominated. I already know it. They hate
Conclave.
animation.
Conclave
Perez.
did not have a memorable score.
Wicked,
Probably Wicked.
and The Wild Robot.
Oh! What?
Give it to Wild Robot. I know they're not going to give it to
Oh.
it. But come on, man.
Wow.
Wicked got nominated. I mean, I guess only the songs would be
It's not a
adapted.
musical, is it?
Yeah, I thought it was.
I don't know. I know it's like 3 hours. I think it's either Wicked or Wild Robot. I would be shocked if they gave it to Wild Robot, but it would be deserved.
I want it to be Wild Robot so bad, but I know it's not going to happen.
I haven't heard of this Amelia Perez movie. Watch that be like another biopic about some like, you know, just a singer.
Well, if it's a Best Picture nominee, you got to watch it.
True. Conclave has come up 3 times now, I think. I still don't think it's going to get a Best Picture nominee, but if they fill 10, maybe it will. I just don't see it. I liked it. First one for Wild Robot, though. So, very...
Yeah. I'm sure some of them are very good, but we just don't care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, the Oscars are film. Not that these short films aren't films, but it's like I'm looking
It's for movie.
Yeah, I'm looking to get something back for my 3 hours on this stuff.
The Complete
you know?
Unknown, screenplay by James Mangold.
Adapted
and Jay Cox.
screenplay. Okay, that one's got a shot.
Conclave, screenplay by Peter Strawn.
I doubt it. I
Amelia
really
Perez,
doubt that.
screenplay
One.
by
God,
Jacques
this movie
Audiard,
again.
in collaboration with
That's definitely
Romain
getting Best
Guiguin,
Picture nominee.
Liam Messieurs,
I think
and
you're
Nicolas
right.
Levecki.
Better go looking.
Nickel Boys, screenplay by
haven't heard of that
Ross
one.
and Jocelyn Barnes. And Sing Sing, screenplay by Clint Bentley.
No, Dune
Peter-
Part 2.
Yeah, no Doom Part 2 yet. That's...
I think it might have gotten snubbed.
Well, I don't care. But I did watch it already, so I hope it gets a Best Picture nominee just so I could say, hey, I'm ahead of the game. I think this is a complete unknown. That's what I'm going to go with. But the only one I've seen here is Conclave. Ooh. Oh, no Wild Robot
Written
for
by
your
Sean
adapted
Baker.
screenplay.
Yeah, that's true. That's
The
true.
Brutalist, written by Brady Corbet.
I guess we're just
and
happy it
Fastful.
got the other nomination.
Here
A
come
Real
the...
Pain, written by Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, really?
September
Huh.
5,
Okay.
written by
I
Moritz
did not
Binder,
expect that one to get a
Tim Thelbaum,
nomination.
co-written by Alex David. And The Substance, written by
Oh,
Coralie
this one's going to be a
Farjah.
really tough one. I really don't know on this one. Good for Jesse Eisenberg. I think technically his first screenplay. I don't know if that's true or not. Because I know he did some other stuff. Maybe those are just directing. But assuming it's his first one, getting a nominee on that's impressive. Good for him. Don't think it'll win though. I think this is probably between Anora or The Brutalist. Again, I've heard good things about The Substance, but that was mostly performances.
Just throwing this out there, I think that the Best Picture nominees, they're not going to be like many big movies, and they're going to pick some artsy film like Shape of Water or something like that. I think we're up for one of those years.
As the winner?
Yes.
Does Everything Everywhere All at Once count as an artsy movie? Because that's like kind of.
I think it's like half and half.
It was an artsy movie, but its actual like product or whatever. You know, the final result was more like a blockbuster.
Yeah, that one was like half and half. That was a very unique case.
Yeah. So far, no major complaints, unless there's something I'm forgetting about. I'll have to pull that up to look at the end to see if they missed anything. But so far, nothing major.
Yeah. I guess just adapted screenplay for Wild Robot for me, but you know.
Yeah.
And last, before our break, the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro in A
Substance.
Complete
Look
Unknown.
for some substance on here.
Ariana Grande in Wicked. Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini in Conclave. And Zoe Saldana in Amelia Perez.
There's
No
your
Substance.
Amelia Perez. Yeah, No Substance. So that they might, like I said earlier, they might throw that movie one. Who the heck was in Conclave? I don't remember her. What?
Well, that means they probably aren't going to win.
It's priests. It's like all men. Where was what? Unless like they had a woman playing a man that I'd missed. I think this is a Zoe Saldana or a Felicity Jones, but probably a Zoe Saldana. My guess.
Yeah, my guess is Emilia Perez is going to clean up a bit.
Yeah. And a complete unknown. Her. She might. I haven't seen it, so maybe that was like just the highlight of the entire movie. But that's gonna be hard to do if you had Edward Norton in it. So, actress supporting role. Yeah, just surprised no Substance here. Haven't seen Substance yet either, but again, that's like all I've heard about it.
So, anyways, the nominees for Achievement in Music,
I'm assuming we're gonna
original
skip
song,
anything.
are Amal from Emilia Perez,
Oh boy, I gotta watch this
The
movie.
Journey from the 688,
Yeah.
Like
That's a
a
new
Bird
one.
from Sing Sing,
Mm-hmm.
Mi Camino from Emilia Perez,
Oh, there's one more.
and Never Too Late from Elton John.
Okay, that one's partially cut off, but Elton John had a documentary, maybe?
Also, no song from The Wild Robot. I'm going to keep bringing up that movie for like the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to double check the history of the Oscars here, but I'm pretty sure when a movie gets 2 nominees, it wins one of them, doesn't it? Like especially for original song, because this has happened before. Like
Yeah, I think
happened a couple of years ago, didn't it?
it happened with Barbie.
Oh,
yeah.
Barbie, that's right, and they chose the wrong one.
Yeah.
That's right. And
I'm just Ken got robbed.
I'm just gonna give it to Emilia Perez. Haven't seen it, so I can't pick between the two. But that's who's gonna win this.
This better be like a 10 out of 10 movie.
I should probably look up.
And
to see if it's
now
streaming
the
anywhere.
nominees for
Emilia Perez is on Netflix currently, and it has a 6.4.
Oh no.
It is a 2-hour and 12-minute pop musical comedy, drama, and thriller. Cheating, just going down because I wanted to see the reviews. It says it was nominated for 13 Oscars.
One of those is going to be Best Picture, and it's going to win Best Picture. And it's probably going to be a miss.
So I'm not going to read the reviews, but these are the reviews. So on IMDb, they're out of 10. This one gave it a 1. This one gave it a 4. This one gave it a 2. This one gave it a 3. And this one gave it a 3. Those are the top 5 most upvoted reviews. I am not excited to watch that movie. So we are looking at a huge miss this year. There's the, as they say, I don't know if this is a smoking gun, but it's the equivalent of it. Oh no.
I'm Still Here, Brazil. The Girl with the Needle.
Where's
Denmark.
Zone of Interest?
Nothing for Denmark. Emilia Perez,
Oh
France.
God. Well, we know which one's winning this
Seed of the
category.
Sacred Fig, Germany. And Flow, Latvia.
Oh.
Oh. First Flo sighting.
Whoa. Okay, hear me out here. Hear me out.
If Flo won, that would be hilarious.
So, if Emilia Perez is nominated for Best Picture, which we think it will be, and let's assume Flo's obviously going to be nominated for Animated Feature, but if Flo wins Animated Feature, you'll actually have a competition for International Feature Film for once, because typically it's whatever movie is nominated for Best Picture, not even winning, just getting nominated. That's what'll win this category. But if Flo is a serious contender, then it might beat Emilia Perez. But at the same time, I don't think Flo got 13 nominations.
No.
Probably Emilia Perez for this one, but Flo.
Really want to see that one now.
I'm actually excited for that category for
And
once.
for
I just
Best
want to see which
Animated
one
Feature
wins.
Film, here are the nominees.
Oh, here you go.
Oh.
Flow,
Oh, there it is.
All right.
Inside Out 2,
Not surprising.
Memoir of a Snail,
Not surprising.
Wallace and Gromit,
Oh.
Vengeance Most Foul,
I called it.
No Moana 2, so the last one has to be.
and The Wild Robot.
Hey.
So, no Moana 2. This is about what we thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
called the Wallace and Gromit pick.
Yeah. On the bright side, there's about a 0% chance Inside Out 2 wins.
Yeah. I actually think Flo is probably going to win.
I'm going to lean 60% Flow, 40% Wild Robot.
Yeah.
That's about where I am. I think just because what Flo won Golden Glove, I don't want to automatically give it to it in the Oscars. However, that is what happened with Boy and the Heron.
Well, Flow is like the international film is more likely to win the Oscars than the in-house one, just because the Oscars likes to have bias like that to pretend that they care about international film.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, you already got this Emilia Perez movie, dominating the nominees. So, yeah. But it's got a nomination. So I think we're pretty much. So hold on, I guess we can talk about it when we get there. But what it doesn't matter. I want to talk about it now. I would pretty much guarantee Wild Robot is not getting a Best Picture nominee. The question is now: is Flow getting a Best Picture nominee? I would still probably say no. But if any animated movie had a shot this year, it'd be Flow, right?
Yeah, and we know they're not going to nominate more than one animated film for Best Picture. They never even nominate one animated film for Best Picture.
So remind me, there's been 2 previously,
yes.
And they were both Pixar?
They were both Pixar. They were both in the 2000s.
So this would be the first
there hasn't been one since.
The first non-Pixar Best Picture nomination. That should be interesting.
The Brutalist.
Animation. Production design.
Conclave.
God. They must have really liked Conclave.
Dune Part 2.
Oh, there you go.
Nosferatu.
This might be the Dune
Wicked.
Part 2 throw. No.
They get their Pit nomination.
I think this is Wicked.
I think it's an easy Wicked, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I haven't seen it, but just looking at I still have not seen the trailer for this movie. And it's already out of theaters. But Dune Part 2 might get nothing.
Yeah.
So a couple things are bothering me so far. I liked Conclave, but it's probably good for a Best Actor. I think Ralph Fiennes is pretty much locked in a nomination at this point because they've brought up Conclave 5 times. Dune Part 2 this is its first mention. I don't know. I am worried for that Best Picture category because there's going to be 10. You're going to get movies in there like Emilia Perez and Conclave, which probably in a perfect world should not be in there.
Well, I think 4 of these 5 nominees are going to be Best Picture nominees, and I don't think Dune Part 2 is one of them.
So Dune Part 2 could easily be cut now from Best Picture, which I don't care
Next
about.
Up for achievement in film editing, the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave,
God, Conclave again.
Emilia Perez,
I
so glad
really
I watched
like
that movie.
and Wicked.
Wow, Wicked's cleaning up too.
You notice that it's only the same 6 movies getting nominated for everything, and there's a couple hopping in and out here and there like Anora.
So, as of now, I think we got our 3 finalists for Best Picture, which would be The Brutalist, Emilia Perez, and Wicked.
Not Conclave. They seem to really like Conclave.
I just don't see it. It's too niche. I think they're I don't know. I don't know how the Oscars work. Maybe they got money. Whoever made Conclave paid the Oscars money, and they got more recognition.
Sometimes they like to pick movies like that.
I think Anora will get a Best Picture nomination at this point. I'll say all 5 of these are getting a Best Picture nomination for sure. And then we'll see about the other 5. It'd be cool is if Jesse Eisenberg, first of all, if he got a writing credit, is he going to get a directing nomination? And if he does that mean his movie's going to get Best Picture nomination? That'd be cool. Again, probably.
And for achievement in sound.
That one probably deserves a Best Picture nomination over Conclave, I would say.
Dune Part 2.
Ooh, okay, here's the Dune Part
Emilia
2
Perez.
one.
Wicked.
I'm giving this to Dune Part 2.
Robot.
Oh!
Ooh, Wild Robot got another one.
Surprised.
I still say Dune Part 2. They got to throw one.
Well, yeah, I think Dune Part 2 is probably most likely here, unless Emilia Perez is just, their favorite movie of all time.
God, apparently it is. I'm still leaning Dune Part 2, but Wild Robot's very interesting.
3 nominations.
I would like to point out, no Furiosa so far.
No Furiosa.
Absolutely none.
Next, the nominees for achievement in visual effects. Alien Romulus.
Oh, yeah, that movie.
Oh, Yeah.
Hey, that was the one that we wanted for it, and it got
Dune
it.
Part 2.
Yep.
Oh no.
Another
Kingdom of the
Dune.
Planet of the Apes.
No.
And Wicked.
Wicked again? Okay.
So the correct answer here would be Alien Romulus.
Yes.
But do they give Dune Part 2 another one?
I guess it depends
or
if they
is it-
win sound.
Yeah, or do they get this one over sound? I don't. It got its nomination. I guess it's not that important that Romulus wins. It got its nomination, which is what we wanted.
Yeah.
So, what was this against? Visual effects. Shoot. I don't see Wicked. Yeah, Doom Part 2 or Alien. Ooh, is this could be a Jesse
The
Eisenberg movie as well,
Brutalist.
or his movie?
Dune
Potentially.
Part 2.
Ooh, another Doom Part
Ooh.
2.
Emilia Perez.
We're
So they
picking
put all
up
the Doom-
here.
All the Dune
Maria.
nominees in the back. Maybe it will get Best Picture
And
nominee.
Nosferatu.
Maria, Don't Tell Shadow. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'd have to. This was one you really got to see the movies for to tell. I've
Yeah.
only seen Dune Part 2 here, which, I mean, it's cinematic. I'll give it that. Brutalist and Nosferatu could easily be contenders here, though. So I don't have an opinion of this yet.
Oh, I forgot to mention this for visual
For
effects,
performance
but
by an actor in a leading role,
Sonic
the
3
nominees
getting
are
snubbed there.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I
Adrian
guess we
Brody
passed
in
that.
The Brutalist. Timothy
Yeah,
Chalamet
how does,
in A Complete Unknown.
How does Monkey Movie
Coleman
get it
Domingo
and
in
Sonic
Sing
doesn't?
Sing. Rafe Fiennes in Conclave.
Yep.
Yep, there he is. Called that one.
And Sebastian
Sonic's not a
Stan
real
in
movie,
The
I
Apprentice.
So there's a lot of talk about Sebastian Stan and his movie, so that's a serious contender. I don't think Ralph Fiennes is going to win this. Maybe it does just because they seem to love that movie, but I would guess no. I don't think Timothy. The way the Oscars work, they never give it to someone this young. DiCaprio had to wait until he was like 40 something, I'm guessing. Probably, I would say Sebastian Stan or Adrian Brody would be my two guesses here. I don't know how many nominations Sebastian Stan's had previously, so not that it matters if you've had previous nominations, but sometimes it does.
That's elitism at its finest.
Yeah, I know Ralph Fiennes has certainly had nominations before. I think he's even won before, if I'm not mistaken. And Coleman Domingo sounds familiar, so I'm pretty sure he's been here before. Don't recognize Adrian Brody. And I don't... Is this Timothy's first? He's usually not a lead in his movies. He's usually a supporting. But I don't think Timothy's got a shot here. He was also in Dune Part 2, so he had a
The
decent year.
performance by an actress in a leading role. The nominees
Here's your
are
substance. Perhaps.
Cynthia Erivo in Wicked.
Oh, that's right. That was supporting.
Carla Sofia
Ooh.
Gascon in Emilia Perez.
Boo.
Mikey Madison in Honora. Demi Moore in The Substance.
It's Demi Moore. What is
and
wrong
Fernanda
with you?
Torres in I'm Still Here.
Shoot. This might be the most competitive one of the year.
That probably, yeah.
I don't know if Demi Moore won for Golden Globe, but that's the one that everyone's talking about. So I'm kind of leaning that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard good things about Honora, but I don't know if anyone specifically called out acting.
I do want to say the funniest thing would be if Emilia Perez did not win a single Oscar.
Oh my god, that would be a discussion all on its own. It's like, well, then why the heck did you nominate it a million times? Have we seen I'm Still Here before, or like
No.
on this list? I don't recognize that.
I have
Maybe
not
it
seen
was.
any of the films on this list.
No, I meant like in previous nominations.
I think it showed up once.
I don't know. I'm Demi Moore. I'll go Demi Moore.
For achievement in
Demi.
directing, the nominees are
Ugh. Oh, what's his name?
Sean Baker,
Jesse Eisenberg?
Nora.
Yeah, it's just guys are gonna be here. I'd be shocked
Brady
if he is,
Corbet, The
but good
Brutalist.
for him.
James Mangold, A Complete Unknown,
Okay.
Jacques Audiard, Emilia Perez, and Coralie Farjat,
Interesting.
The Sub.
Ooh.
Well, assuming that 4 of those people are men, I'm guessing The Substance was probably a throw-in for a female director.
Potentially.
They probably realized how popular it was that Barbie was nominated. Oh no, Barbie was not nominated for directing, wasn't it?
No, that might be a correction.
That was a miss, I think, of that year.
Yeah.
So they might have taken the feedback of that. So
has James Mangold won before?
I don't know.
Because if they have been nominated before and haven't won, they might just throw them.
Yes,
the Oscar.
I think that's what we might be seeing here. We could see Anora as well. I think though with the three on the left have a shot here. I'm kind of leaning James Mangold because I don't think A Complete Unknown has a shot with anything else so far. So they might just get directing.
Yeah.
Assuming directing and writing is its two shots. I don't know if it's got writing.
I think it says a lot though that what we think is going to win each category is very different, which just says a lot about the quality of movies this year, to where there's no like clear best picture nominee, and there's not a lot of these movies that we're saying are like fantastic, you know? I think this was a very down year for movies with like a couple exceptions, but yeah.
I think 4 of these that we're looking at right now have a lock for best picture. I'm not sure about Substance. We haven't heard a whole lot. I think Conclave has a better shot over that.
I think Conclave is a lock-in for Best Picture.
I think, I don't know about Dune Part 2 now. Flow, probably not, but that would be interesting. Jesse Eisenberg's movie, probably not, but that would be interesting. So
that would be more nice than interesting, but yeah.
Down to our last few. What are we missing? Just that one? Is that it?
Okay, y'all, for our final
Oh, I guess that's it.
Category, I cannot wait.
They typically do director
I
before.
feel like we should.
Okay, here are the 10 nominees.
Oh,
Picture of
there are not 10 nominees for Best Picture.
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
Nosferatu is going to be nominated, my guess.
I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it now. The reason we're so upset. So if you don't know how the Oscars work, the rule is, what is it, 5 to 10? Is that the or can you have as low as like 2?
You can have as low as 3 nominations for a category, I believe.
Okay, well, I'm not sure on that part, but what I am sure of is you can have up to 10 nominations for Best Picture. If you've noticed since 2020 or 2021, every single year, they have filled those 10 Best Pictures. The problem with that is someone like me who goes and watches all 10 movies, half of them, most of the time, half of them do not deserve to be there. Whether they're good or not, sometimes a good movie just does not deserve to be Best Picture. They're not doing this category right, and they're continuing that this year. They're just filling it up with 10 movies for whatever reason, probably because they were paid to fill it up with that movie.
Yeah,
so
what makes it even more insulting is the reason there's 10 nominees for Best Picture is so that animated movies could have gotten a chance to be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, it's also a good.
And you've already heard our discussion on how few animated movies have been nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, so we'll do this after we see all 10. We'll pick the 5 that are the real contenders, because they'll show you 10. There are not 10 contenders. There are 5.
Here we go.
There are 5 contenders and 5 ad spots.
And Sean Baker, producers.
I think the one on the bottom right is going to get blocked on my camera, but I guarantee you it doesn't deserve to be there.
Determined.
Well, maybe. They're kind of squeezing them in
A
there.
Complete Unknown, Fred Berger, James
I think they're going alphabetically.
Alex Heineman, producers.
Is that true? Yep.
Conclave, Tessa Ross,
It is
Juliette
true.
Howell, and Michael A. Jackman.
There's Conclave,
producers.
so we call those 4.
Yeah.
Dune, Part
Okay,
2.
Dune made it.
Parent, Caleb Boyder,
It's not winning.
LaPointe, and
No
Denis
way.
Villeneuve,
There's no way it
producers.
wins. That would be a major upset.
Amelia
There's
Perez,
Amelia Perez.
nominees to be determined.
Isn't it Perez,
Producers.
not Perez?
It's Perez, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
God
Still
dang it, these
here.
people.
Because
Nominees to be
Perez
determined.
sounds like
Guys,
Paris.
paperwork,
There's
let's
that
go.
movie.
Come on. Nickel Boys, nominees to be determined.
Oh, yeah, that one definitely deserves to be there.
Actually, pronouncing it Perez is very funny.
Nominees to be determined.
What the heck does that mean? Oh, probably because of the fires. They
And
couldn't get
Wicked,
the...
Mark Platt.
All right. So what does not belong here? I would say I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, Conclave, Amelia Perez from what I've heard, and then probably Dune Part 2. Those are the 5 throw-ins.
Yeah, probably.
So, Anora, Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Substance, and Wicked. Those are your real contenders.
Also, no Flow, no Wild Robot.
Yeah, not surprising, but still disappointing.
That was my most wanted Best Picture nominee was Wild Robot, but just no, they hate animation. At least they got nominations for sound and score.
So that's my opinion on the 5 that don't belong here and the 5 that do belong here. In the realistic world of the Oscars, when you watch it and see how it goes, I think it's going to be between 3. Well,
I think Conclave has a good chance at win. I think it's going to be Conclave, Brutalist, Amelia Perez. It's going to be one of those 3. I don't think Wicked is going to win.
I think Wicked and Conclave have a lot of nominations, but don't have a shot at this. I think Anora is the sleeper pick didn't get as many nominations, but people know it's quality and it has a shot. The real competition here, I think, is probably Brutalist and unfortunately Amelia Perez, just because of the number of nominations. If you're looking at numbers only, it's those 2. Complete Unknown, maybe as similar shot as Anora, but I just don't see it. I don't think it's going to win like 1 or 2 Oscars, I think.
Yeah. This is just making me realize like how few movies came out last year.
So how many of these have I seen? I've seen Dune Part 2 and Conclave. So I got 2 out of 10. That's not good.
That is very not good.
Nickel Boys. Oh my dude, none of these movies are streaming yet. That's the problem with all these Best Picture nominees. They came out like last week. So they're still in theaters. God dang it.
Can we just mention real quick, though, that the 2 movies they decided to guaranteed say were not nominated for anything were Madam Web, which, of course, and then Sonic 3, which actually deserved a nomination this year.
For?
Visual effects.
Yes, I would say. I mean, you'll notice this is kind of why, first of all, I tell people never to take the Oscars seriously, because you shouldn't. It's not a real awards show. I think it's fun because you get to play by their rules and try to make guesses and predictions based on, first of all, your opinions and common sense on one hand, and then who paid them money on the other hand. So you kind of get to balance these things. It's a fun game is how I see it. But you do not take these things seriously. Don't lose any sleep because the movie that deserved a Best Picture nominee didn't get a Best Picture nominee. But check this out. I'm Still Here. So this is what I'm talking about. This was what I'm guessing, either a film festival or a limited release of last year, because its official release date is February 7th, 2025. So they snuck it in for about a week last year just for it to qualify for Best Picture. But no one gets to see it because it comes out next month.
Yay.
So that one's not happening at
What a
all.
fair and definitely not broken or exploitable system.
So they all have pretty good reviews with the exception of Amelia Perez, which is a 6.4. Conclave, I think, was like a 7.4. Dune Part 2 still like an 8.3 or something like that. Overrated, but eh.
See, I think I was right, though. Amelia Perez might win because it seems to be their
I doubt it.
they're throwing artsy type pick.
From what
it might not be super artsy, but still.
But just reading the reviews, nobody liked that movie. So why they're not that?
Did people like Shape of Water?
Well, no one heard of Shape of Water, so no one had a opinion either way. Then they probably watched it and said, that wasn't that good. Oh no, Nosferatu or there's some other stuff they got cut. I was gonna say Nosferatu, that was pretty good. Anora and Brutalist are probably the 2 artsy ones you'd give it to. Maybe Substance. I doubt that one has a shot. I don't know. I'm leaning Brutalist or Anora because can you imagine? That'd just be stupid if they gave it to Amelia Perez. No one likes it. It got its million nomination. That's its win. Is it got a million nominations?
Give it to Amelia Perez, but have Flow win International Feature Film, and then have Wild Robot win Best Animated Feature. A little bit surprising that Wild Robot actually got more than 1 nomination, but I think this is about what I expected. I think Amelia Perez is definitely in their attempt to have a movie kind of like Oppenheimer, though. I definitely think they're trying too hard to have this one movie that's almost the face of the Oscars this year.
I think they're noticing they're missing. They're missing that movie. Yeah, for sure. I think they're trying to make Wicked that movie. Kind of. That's the one that came up a lot.
I think Wicked should be that movie, but I think they decided to go with Emilia Perez for that instead because they thought it would look better.
Looking at what I saw last year, the Christopher Reeve documentary, not entirely surprising that it wasn't nominated. However, he had a lot of connection to the Oscars and just a big impact on Hollywood overall. I would be shocked if they didn't do some kind of mention of it or a little 30-second clip during the show, kind of just acknowledging that it exists, because it was well done. There was probably more worldly important documentaries that came out, which is why this one didn't get nominated, but I think it is important and it had an impact on a lot of people. Real Pain not getting nominated for Best Picture. I would say that one's probably more deserving than Conclave for Best Picture. I'm not sure what all this Conclave is about. I don't get it. I'm glad I saw it because now I'm done, but it doesn't really matter because it's not like I got a month to watch these other movies and none of them are available. So Joker was never getting anything. We were kind of hoping for a Wild Robot Best Picture, but
I knew
we were being realistic that it wasn't. I still guarantee you it's better than at least half the movies on here. I think it's better than Dune Part 2 by a long shot, but I also expected Dune Part 2. Mad Max not getting a single nomination, I think, is a miss. It was... Yeah. I liked it more than Dune Part 2. I thought it was better put together than Dune Part 2.
I mean, no visual effects, no costume design, nothing.
Yeah, that's... Plus, there was some really good performances in there, too. Way better than Dune Part 2. Dune Part 2's best performance was Austin Butler, but he was in it so little, he was not going to get a nomination anyway. Alien Romulus getting a nomination is surprising, but deserving. Don't think it'll win, but if it does, great. That would be like the Godzilla -1 win,
Yeah. Yeah.
It would make
Same
everyone
kind of
happy, but it would also kind of feel like, oh, you have the internet. That's why you gave it to them. Nothing for Deadpool and Wolverine, which is not surprising.
No.
But I think some people, if this is your first Oscars, they're definitely going to call it out and say, well, that was a great movie. Why didn't it get, anything?
Yeah.
Only one for Planet of the Apes, which I guess I kind of forgot about it.
And we also didn't even think it should have been nominated for that.
Kind of in the eyes of that movie, though, it felt like a movie that was shooting for a lot of awards. So, what was it? It was visual effects. That was yeah. We'll see. I mean, I doubt it, but it's
Still
kind
should have been Sonic 3.
It was definitely going for it. Yeah, no Sonic 3 again is not surprising, but it should have been there. Nothing for Fall Guy, which I guess makes sense. That's kind of like a goofy thing. No Civil War whatsoever.
Oh, I completely forgot. Oh, that's...
We when we talked about this before, we kind of saw this coming, because as our dad put it, this would be something that they would not touch because it's a little, I guess, controversial. People don't know what to think of it. They don't get it. All that stuff. So its one shot was writing, and it didn't get it. It was completely overlooked, which is definitely a miss. But I mean, that was one of the better movies of the year, and
it's one of those misses where you get why they didn't pick it, but at the same time, they really should have picked it.
Yeah, it's I know why you didn't pick it, but the reasons why you didn't pick it are wrong.
Yeah.
And that's just a flaw in your system. I think that's about it. Unfortunately, no Madam Web nominations here.
That'll get a shout out, I'm sure.
We'll just finish it up here real quick, but interesting position we're in where we got the nominees that we need to watch before the show, and we can't watch any of them. So Interesting. By the way, if you enjoyed this, first of all, we'll be doing eventually a video when it's all done. Perhaps we'll do a podcast when the Oscars are done and we can talk about the winners there. But most likely it'll just be a video. We do an Oscar series where we go through each year of the Oscars and kind of talk about which their misses, what they got right, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We've done one already, but we just need to... Well, he needs to see the Best Picture nominees, and then we both need to see the animated feature nominees. So.
Yeah, or just the winner for that one. But
true.
More on the way. We've got a couple in the works. And last thing I'll say about this one in particular, no big name directors. First of all, Denis, we didn't miss that. Denis did not get a nomination for Dune. Thank goodness. That guy scares me, and you should be scared of him too. He has some terrible ideas for the future of film. No Scorsese, no Spielberg, no whoever the heck else, no Tarantino, none of that stuff. And again, they didn't have movies last year, which is why. But versus the last couple of years where they're dominating nominations, and not that they don't deserve to get nominated, but a lot of the times it feels like whenever they just put out a movie, they get a lock in a nomination, which since there's only 5 directors, it's unfortunate. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
Oh, wait a minute. They didn't do Best Casting. They completely missed Best Casting. Or are they not doing that until next year?
Maybe that was postponed. I don't know. That's right. I didn't see a Best Casting.
What a liar. What liars. This is why you can't trust the Oscars.
Yeah.
They can't keep track of their own story.
If you didn't know, they were supposed to be introducing a new category this year, or what we thought was this year, which was Best Casting, which we were going to make fun of because that category makes absolutely no sense. But I guess either they took the feedback and canceled it, or they're just pushing it till next year. We'll see. But good catch. All right. Thanks for watching.